Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm super excited to test out two of the Canon lenses that I recently got. It is the Canon 16mm and the 28mm. So we're gonna see how it holds up for video or content creators or even vloggers, because for me specifically, I want to use these more so for the vlogging aspect of things. So if you're also looking for like a compact, versatile lens that's perfect for capturing everyday moments or anything you're doing, keep watching. We have the 28mm here, and we also have the 16mm. I'm actually more excited about the 28mm, so we'll look at that first. So from the brief overview and the research that I've done with the Canon 28mm, it's a pancake lens. It's small, it's lightweight, super easy to handle, and really, again, it's compact enough to carry around all day without it having to weigh you down or anything like that. I think it's perfect, right? If you're shooting videos and vlogging on the go. I think this is going to be perfect whenever I go traveling with it, because to be honest, I just want to take one lens and go somewhere, right? It might be a little bit too tight in terms of vlogging, but this is essentially the 28mm. When I was doing my research trying to see if this lens was the right lens for me, really what I wanted to see was the quality of the lens, and also how is it going to look when I have the tripod on my camera, or maybe if I'm not using a tripod, I'm just hand holding my camera. What is it going to look like? Is it too tight? We're going to do a little bit more testing on that end. So this is a 16mm. We're going to open this up and see what we're rocking with. So this is the Canon RF 16mm. Now it is super compact and really lightweight, right? It barely adds any bulk to your setup, which is great because, again, if you're traveling, if you're on the move, or you're vlogging for a long period of time, you want to make sure that this is going to be a pretty lightweight setup. For these two, primarily, I'm trying to see which one is going to be better for me in terms of travel vlogging. So we'll go outside, we'll test it out, and then we will see what happens. So we're looking at the 28mm focal length right now, and like 2 feet away from me, and set up in a tripod. What I'm more interested in is handheld, right? Because specifically, I'm going to be using these lenses for traveling purposes. So when I'm traveling, I'm not always going to have it set up in any way, shape, or form. So we're going to just handheld the camera, walk around this park, and see what kind of footages that we're looking at here. So right now I'm hand holding the camera with the 28mm, no stabilization whatsoever. So I'm kind of walking as I normally think I would walk. Like, I'm not gonna like be running with it or anything like that, right? I'm kind of just walking as I normally would at my normal pace, and clearly you can see that I have to aim a little higher to like actually catch everything, because like the top of my head is kind of cut off. So in order for me to like capture myself fairly comfortably, I have to like really extend out my arm and finally get myself. But I can kind of see that I am taking up majority of the screen here. So if I were to, let's say, because I have a tripod, like a mini tripod attached to my camera right now, I can clearly see that I can go a little bit further out. Again, my arm is at a full extension right now. I mean, ideally for vlogs, I would want to get as much of the background as possible, right? But this is looking okay in my opinion. I do really like the pancake lens. I'm really trying to love it, because this is ideally the lens that I want to use, especially when I'm traveling. Yeah, I'm gonna get tired eventually. So right now, what you're looking at is if I have a slight bend on my elbow here. My face is taking up the entire screen really. It's not really ideal because my arm's gonna get super fucking tired. So this is with the digital stabilization on. I mean, again, my face takes up most of the screen more than anything. And again, I'm not walking like any crazily. I'm walking at my normal pace and speed. But this is essentially what we're going to be looking at. And again, when I use the mini tripod that I have attached to my camera, it actually looks nice. I actually do like this a lot. The only issue is that my arm's like hella extended out. Like as we speak, my shoulder's kind of crying for help right now. So now you are looking at digital stabilization enhanced, and clearly you can tell it's not very usable. I'm sure it looks the nicest, but I really can't use this because, like, I swear to God, I just straight up look like the head from Wizard of Oz. I'm literally taking up your entire screen, okay? Now, if I use the mini tripod that I do have attached, it's not much of a difference. I'll never be using the enhanced version. If I do wind up using this lens, I'm never using the enhanced stabilization because there's just no point. Like, I'm not capturing anything aside from my face, unless that's what I'm going for. I hope this kind of shows you what to expect if you're getting the 28mm. We'll quickly swap it out, and then we'll test out the 16mm here real quick. So now you're looking at the 16mm lens. Definitely a lot easier, I'm not gonna lie. Look, bottom line is, I really like the size of the 28mm, and I really love the fact that it's a pancake lens. But this just looks so much easier to use, I'm not gonna lie, because this is me holding it without even fully extended. This is fully extended right here as I was doing the 28. The entire time to use a 28mm, I would have to have my arm fully extended. And this is what it looks like. You can literally see my arm. But I can just kind of hold it at a comfortable bend of my arm, and it looks great. Like, I can see myself fairly clearly. I can see basically all the background fairly. I can see quite a bit of the background as well. So honestly, I get it. This is the appeal, right? And again, of course, if I were to have my mini tripod that's connected to the camera, makes it super easy. Like, I can kind of have my elbow kind of tucked in. I can have my elbow tucked into my body. Kind of gives me that support, so it's a little bit of a less it's less strenuous on my shoulder, right? So I get it. This is really nice. But do I like it that much? I don't know. There's something about it. Like, it just makes me look really it's just, there's a lot of distortion, I feel, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. This is with digital image stabilization on. Again, not too bad. It actually brings it in a little bit tighter, and I'm holding the camera right now as we speak at a full arm length. I'm gonna bend this slightly a little bit because, again, that's just more comfortable. Nobody really wants to hold the camera at a full length anyway. I feel like I'm out of breath because I've literally been going up and down this hill right here. When I have the tripod on, very comfortable hold. This is great, actually. I really do like this. If you're a vlogger or you want to do any kind of vlogging, I do highly recommend the 16mm over the 28. I'm not gonna lie. 28 is nice if you're gonna put it on a tripod and have it stationary so you can kind of talk to the camera one-on-one. So this is the digital enhanced image stabilization. It's looking good. I actually do like this a lot. This kind of reminds me of the 28 a little bit. Obviously I have a bit more room because although it reminds me of the 28mm lens, I do have a slight bend in my arm. Again, life is a lot easier with the little mini tripod. Oh my god, I'm so exhausted, dude. I've been going up and down this hill for some reason. I should have just gone sideways that way or something, but... So, I'm having a hard time figuring out which one I like more. I do like the 28mm lens more, but logic dictates that I should go for the 16mm and stick with 16mm for just the everyday vlogging type of thing. But I don't know, there's something about the pancake lens that I really like. It's just so small, so compact, and it's like a nice focal length. Like I want the 35mm focal length, and 28 is kind of close to that. Realistically, am I really going to extend my arm the entire time trying to vlog? Probably not. So it makes more sense for me to keep this one, to be honest. But I don't know, there's just something about this lens that I'm just not fucking with, you know? I don't know. Either way, we'll head back home and we'll just wrap it up.